think about Valentine's Day, penguins don't normally come to mind, but Cupid works in mysterious ways, especially when it comes to Mystic Aquarium. Joining us today is Becky Giantonio and Lori Mesha, and they've also brought along a special VIP penguin, yellow red, also known as String. Ladies, all three of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's start with this beautiful String. That's the name of your penguin here.
Yes.
Tell us about the African penguin.
Well, the African penguin is one of 17 species in the world. They're a warm weather species, and they're amongst the smallest species. String here is 19 years old.
Wow.
He was hatched at Mystic Aquarium.
Really? Just beautiful. Now, we know the population has decreased in recent years, and a little bit of a concern, I would assume.
Yes, in the last 8 years, there's been a 42% drop in the world population. Scientists have predicted that if this population decrease continues, that they could become extinct in the next 15 years.
Wow. So how many of the African penguins do we have here in Connecticut at Mystic?
27.
Wow, 27. What have you learned from working with them?
Well, we work very closely with our colleagues in South Africa, and we have been able to send staff right to South Africa and participate in hands-on research. Well, we've learned something about what's causing the decline with the African penguin. We've realized that some of this decline is due to fish availability. The species of migratory fish have changed their migratory pattern, and they're no longer swimming near the islands where the African penguins are found. So these guys are having to go further and swim further to forage in order to feed chicks. So they're choosing not to breed as well.
Well, let's bring you in. Let's talk about this new art project that you have underway. Really cool. Can I actually pet String?
You can.
Okay. Tell us about that art project, if you will.
Sure. Well, our birds, one of their medical behaviors that they've been taught is to stick out their feet, and that's so that our veterinarians can check their feet regularly and make sure that they're healthy. And so sort of an outgrowth of that is we began putting non-toxic paint on their feet and having them walk across canvases. And it's a form of enrichment for them. It keeps them mentally stimulated, and they were such a hit.
You know what? We have some of that video right now, them actually painting. Now, for some people at home who are going to be thinking with their kids, you know, is this painful? Is it safe? What do you say to that?
It's absolutely safe. The paint is non-toxic.
Okay.
They're just walking across the canvas, walking like they would on exhibit or at any other time of day. And as you can see, the paintings, they've actually this year for Valentine's Day were created by mated pairs.
Oh, by mated pairs. So she has her mate, and they actually made the one that's to my left over here. Is that right?
That is correct, yes.
And so I'm just curious, how many hours go into this kind of work of art?
They're actually pretty quick artists. They can create quite a few paintings within a half hour.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Let's talk cost for folks at home that want to chip in and say, you know, I want one of these pieces of art in my home. What is the running rate of this?
A framed matted painting like this, the same size, is $125. And the great thing about it is a portion of the proceeds do go right back to African penguin research and conservation. So it's for a great cause.
And what did you say to me earlier about this painting?
How is that a price for one of a kind?
That's right. It's a one-of-a-kind piece, and it's for an awesome, awesome organization doing great things. You know, with these penguins, I mean, when you have them around children, is it fairly safe? I mean, you talked about how you approach the penguin. How do you approach them?
Well, we have to remember that they're very short, so size means everything. So when we approach a penguin or we touch a penguin, we get down to their level so that we're not towering over the top of them. When we go to touch a bird, we touch them in a position, in a more submissive position, so that they know we're not going to hurt them. We don't grab at their head or their face.
You want to be really careful. Like you said, come from behind, and just for safety for them. When kids come out to Mystic, though, do they have access to be able to touch them and learn and feel on them?
We do have a penguin encounter where people can come in and have a one-on-one interaction with penguins, and about 10 guests, and they can get close, learn how we train and take care of the birds, learn about the plight of the penguin, especially with the rapid decline in the population. And we train our birds, and so they're pretty comfortable with being touched.
Oh, wow. And String definitely is proof of that. Oh, okay. I don't think String is pulling me right now. String is like, this is just too much for me right now. For more information about the Valentine's Day Penguin Project at Mystic Aquarium, Penguin Project, you can come to our website, WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style. We've got all the information there for you. Becky, Lori, String, thank you so very much for being here today. There we go. Okay. String is feeling okay now. Ladies, thanks for taking some time today. We appreciate it.